Okay. Can you guys hear me now? Yeah, it's okay. I'll go back over it. I don't know why I did not even turn that mic on. All right. So the card that came out is Wildness and Freedom. It's 35. Let go and be. I'll go back and edit this and cut out the part where I was silent for such a long time. First, let me go back to the channel message, and then again, maybe some of it wasn't meant to be heard, possibly. But the song I got right before I went live is "Ain't No Mountain High Enough" by Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. And I was saying that that some of you that are younger that come across my channel may not know that song. I grew up with music. I just everything is about music. I love it. Um, it from the era that I grew up in, music is very important. Um, we relate to a lot of things with music, but that song, I feel, is either a song that you guys need to listen to. There's something in that song that you either need to hear right now, or there is a particular message in there relating to that song. Like maybe one of your ancestors used to listen to that song all the time. But the song that came out, the card that came out for the Earth signs, because I'm doing Earth right now, and I'm gonna have to 155 to 156 for Earth. Okay, so the card that came out is Wildness and Freedom. It says let go and be. It's a 35, which equals an 8. And I was talking about that her, holding this baby deer. At first, I called it a foal, but I think a foal is a baby horse. I still can't remember what the baby deer is called. I know what it is, but it's just not coming to me. Um, but I was also talking about, you know, with these antlers up here, that's giving me masculine energy, but this here is giving me feminine energy. So I feel that is a balance there with masculine and feminine. But I also talked about with this moon here, with that also being right above her crown chakra. That's like right in crown chakra, right above there. So I feel like with this moon earth signs, I was saying earlier that you are going to possibly get a download with this next moon, the next full moon. And with that, that 3 and 5 equaling an 8, I feel like there may be some kind of pattern, belief system that you're going to be made aware of that needs to be let go of, or that you are already aware of and you need to release it. And that's what you're in the process of doing at this time. It's possible you've been seeing 3s, 5s, or 8s in any way, shape, or form. Um, but yeah, I was referencing earlier. My birthday, I saw a buck, and then just tonight, when me and my daughter went to the store, it wasn't a baby, but it was the doe. I saw a doe, and I did tell my daughter. I said she looks like she's a mama. So I feel like that has a significance, not just to myself, but maybe to some of you out there. Um, Maybe you have a connection with animals, or maybe you've been seeing deer a lot. I know I've been seeing them all over the place. I feel like all animals are very connected to the divine because I feel they're pure souls. Um, that is my own personal belief. But I feel like either you've been seeing deer or there's some connection to animals or something like that. I was just getting ready to cut this deck when I realized I hadn't turned the mic on. So I will edit it later, fix that. But bottom is Horse Spirit. We got another Freedom card, Earth Signs. It's a 33, which is a master number. Freedom is yours. The top card says wildness and freedom. Let go and be. Horse Spirit, freedom is yours. So, like I said, threes. You can be seeing threes. Three threes. And it's crazy how in this card, when I first started, I did say that I said this foal, but I don't think that's what a baby deer is called. I think that's a baby horse, is what a baby horse is called. I cannot believe I can't remember what a baby deer is called. I know it's not a foal, that's a horse. But when I reference that in this card, and then this card, we get a horse. So some of you also may be riding horses or going on a horseback, trail or something like that, or you work on a ranch to where you spend time with horses. Maybe you love to ride horses. A lot of you are signs, kind of gives you that good grounding, but you also feel that freedom. But the main thing I'm getting with this is, as the horse, before it is tamed by anyone, and even when it becomes tamed, it is still free. It still knows its freedom. Within itself, like I said, they are very pure. All animals are pure. They don't do anything out of malice or anger or hatred they're animals, so they do things to protect themselves. But they don't live in fear. That's what I'm getting from this. There is no fear with them. They don't live in fear. Unless, something has happened to where they've been abused in some way, shape, or form. But I feel like with this is just strictly no fear energy. Just let go and be. The freedom, that freedom is there for you to grab. So the main thing right now is for you to, Earth signs, typically you guys don't have an issue with being grounded or being out in nature, things like that. So I feel like if you guys are in a space with this last Scorpio moon, because I know it did bring up a lot of emotions for a lot of the collective, because Scorpio energy is transformation energy, death and rebirth. So sometimes it's intense, sometimes it's very comforting and relaxing. It really just depends on where it is in your chart, in your birth chart. But there's a lot of woods and with that moon there, some of you may like to moonbathe, be out in the wilderness at night, and that helps you to ground. I can't really tell what that is on her necklace. I thought it was a dream catcher, but she does have a medicine bag there too, hanging on her neck. Some of you may be medicine men or women. She has feathers in her hair as well, so she's very connected to animals. So Earth signs, I feel like, this is the energy that you're dealing with right now. You're feeling very grounded. realizing whatever this is that's going to be brought to your attention during this next full moon, this is something that you know that you just need to let go so you can be free. Because you don't want to continue, you don't want to do this, you don't want to continuously do this pattern over and over again. And it's expressing, freedom is yours. It's time. It's time to release. And you already know this. This is all, like I said, when I pull from the bottom of the deck, to me, that represents subconscious mind. And sometimes there are things that we're not necessarily aware of. It's like a pattern. It just keeps running and we do it. We don't even realize we're doing it. Because we've done it so many times. It just runs on autopilot. And those are the times when you kind of just, it goes by the radar. But I feel like a lot of the collective has done that work. Not aware at this time, like I said, with that full moon, the next full moon coming in, I feel like, because that is like right above her crown chakra, I feel like that's going to be a download that you're going to receive during that time. So just be present in that moment. Be present. During this next full moon, try to be present every day. That's the goal, is to be present each and every day with yourself and with everything that's going on around you. Try to be as present as possible. Um, whatever this is that you will be made aware of, if you're not already aware of it, which I feel like a lot of you are aware of whatever this is, whatever this pattern is, whatever this belief system is, whatever it is that you need to let go of, so that you can just be, so that you can be free. Yeah, also with this card, I feel like, you guys are going to start showing your true colors. You can see that coloring on the horse. It's kind of mystical, the way it's on there, I feel. But, I feel like you're stepping into you, back into who you truly are. Releasing any masks that you may have had, which a lot of us have done that. And I don't know, yet, I just noticed this right behind this horse. This is a giant moon. Well, it looks like a moon to me. I don't know, maybe it's the sun, but to me, it looks like a moon. Because the bottom of the card is dark. I think maybe sun, but I'm getting moon energy from that. And threes, I feel like that's not necessarily like a waiting energy, like waiting on your manifestations to come in. More like a pondering energy. Like this is something that you either looked at or you are going to be looking at, or revisiting, so that it can change, because you have the 3 and then you have the 5. So 3 to me within the situation, I feel like is something you're going to revisit, whatever it is. And then the 5 energy is about change. You're going to change the energy, shift the energy by letting this go. When you let this go, then you're going to feel free. I don't know if you guys have ever rode horses, but it is an amazing feeling to ride a horse. You feel so free. That's why people love riding Harleys, because it is a sense of freedom when you ride that. It's I've never ridden a motorcycle. Maybe it needs to be something on everybody's bucket list to at least do it just once. But there is a sense of freedom there, and it's the same with horses, in my opinion. Um, I love riding horses. It's just phenomenal. It's a very amazing experience to connect with a horse. They're very large, majestic, beautiful, loving creatures, and you look into their eyes, and they're magical to me. I guess because they always remind me of when I was a kid, and I loved unicorns and Pegasus. Pegasus is, I don't know the right way to say that, but anyway, um, that is what I have for Earth signs. So I'm going to reshuffle these for the next one, which is air. Start over here, and then we'll drink real quick. And I'll write down the time for air signs. 27:12 at 2. Oh wow, 27:12 at 2:12. So 2:12. 27:12 at 2:12. That's awesome. Heck of synchronicities. So air signs, you may be seeing 212s. Air signs. What do we have for the air collective? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Excuse me, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have air signs. Alright, air signs. Let us see what we have. Okay, you have care. You got a 5. Be gentle with yourself. See, in this card, there's a full moon. I don't think in all of these cards there's a full moon in each one. Honestly, I haven't looked, but that's the thing that seems to be standing out to me, like it was in the last reading for Earth signs. We do have all aspects in our chart. It's just each one of us have them in different places and different degrees. And it says be gentle with yourself, and what I get from that is the way she is holding that fox there, and they both look in harmony. I mean, if you look at the look on the fox's face and then you look at the look on her face, they look very similar, like almost exact. Just one's animal form and one is human form. So what I get from this is, foxes, a lot of people look at foxes like very sneaky energy, tricky energy, trickster energy type stuff. But to me, I feel like with this card, the first thing I get with that, besides the moon energy, is that she has made peace or she is making peace with her shadow side. It is a 5. Fives are about change, but it says be gentle with yourself. So, air signs, if any of you guys are going through anything at this time, make sure you are taking the time that you need. Make sure that you are taking care of you, not giving away too much of your energy to other people, not giving everything to others. There has to be a balance there. And I know air signs, you have a lot of air in your chart. You have a tendency to be up in your head, or you have a tendency to go back and forth between your twin, your light and your dark side, your light side and your shadow side. But I feel like I just get that making peace with your shadow self. I also get the wounded, the inner child. There may be something there, air signs, with this moon. Earth signs got this energy as far as something, uh, them coming to an understanding with this moon, as far as getting a download, um, message from ancestors. With this one, with this moon, and I kind of feel with you guys, this may be something that you're coming into awareness about. Moon, sometimes, the moon it's dark, but you do have the light of the moon, but it's still hard to tell what certain things are. So I feel like there may be something with the moon energy that maybe you haven't seen or that you don't know about. And so they're letting you know to be gentle with yourself during this time. Make sure you're taking the time you need to yourself. Especially as we get closer to this next moon, which I believe is the 20. I think the 27th is the next full moon. This upcoming full moon. Right. Electric eel spirit. Bring your ideas to life. It's a 24. Eels, that's water energy. Twos, fours, or fives can be seen, or sixes. But with these two together, with the care and the electric eel spirit, like I said, I got water immediately from that card. There's also a moon in the back of that as well. But immediately what I got with this card, because there's so much water in the card, water is emotion. So I feel like whatever emotions that are being brought up at this time, that's why they're asking for your guides, ancestors, higher self. You're being asked to be gentle with yourself, because there are going to be some things that are brought up emotion wise. And But it doesn't just have to be that. It can also be some of you, and this was the same with Earth signs, some of you may be having an epiphany moment with this next moon. Because, I mean, it does, the bottom of this card references ideas. So you can have like an idea of something that you need to bring to life. Some of you may also be healing from different, it can be different things. It can be from ailments, it can be from a sickness. But the main one I'm getting here is there may be some emotions be brought up. And maybe whatever this idea is that comes in, this epiphany, this idea, I feel like it's something that you're passionate about and is very close to your heart. Something you've already experienced. Because all this water on this card is giving me so much, like, it's very emotional. So something that you're going to bring to life, you've either experienced or something that you're very passionate about. You have a lot of emotion towards it. And maybe whenever this epiphany comes in, you will feel an overwhelming sense of emotion. And that's why you're being asked to be gentle and kind with yourself. Take care of yourself. Take the time that you need to process whatever this is. That's what I have for air sign energy. Hey, Cody. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. Missed the first part of it. I'm going to have to edit this video because I ran for a while with my mic turned on mute. So I'm going to have to do a little editing. But welcome in. We're on fire now. If you missed the second beginning, because I had to do it twice, the channeled song is Ain't No Mountain High Enough by Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. If you're younger, some of the younger crowds never heard the song, but the majority of people have heard that song. Glad to hear you're doing good. Awesome. But that song, I feel either has a message for someone in the collective tonight, or it can just be, an overall message from our guides, just with that song itself. Feeling sick. Okay. Yeah, I just did air signs reading, and I was talking about maybe some kind of ailment or something, but I don't remember if I've even asked you what your sign is, Cody, like your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. But most people, when people are starting out, they start out with just their sun sign until they do more research. But or it's possible you may just have a lot of air in your chart, because I did talk about an ailment in air. Trying to get better. Yeah. Well, for air signs, it was talking about. They were telling me about like making sure that you're taking care of yourself. You're taking time to yourself. Don't over push. Just make sure you're taking the time that you need. You're a Taurus sun sign. Have you researched your birth chart to see if you have air? I mean, like, is any air sign in a prominent placement? Like moon, rising, Venus, North Node, Chiron. Gemini and Venus. Okay. Yeah, there's your air sign one. But like I went through my chart and counted up how many I had. Moon and Sag. Yeah, I went and counted up, how much air, earth, fire, and water I had to see where I was lacking in as far as which one. I don't know how long almost an hour, and you just came on. Rising sign in Pisces, Moon and Sag, Gemini and Venus. Gotcha. Yeah, if you have like access to your full birth chart, then go through and see how much air, fire, earth, and water you have. Usually, what I've noticed is because I did all my kids' charts, those who had like more earth and water were more feminine, and those who had more fire and air, like primary, mostly in their chart, were more masculine energy. But that's just from looking over my birth charts and my kids'. But I'm on to fire and water, and I already did earth and air. If you guys want, you can rewind real quick and watch those. I'm going to take a quick break before I start the next ones because about 45 minutes. I'm not going to be gone long. I just need to use the restroom real quick. But I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. All right, I'm back. Sorry for that quick little intermission there. Rising sign Pisces. I will tell you. Will tell you. Okay. All right, so let's go to fire signs and see what they got going on. 4422, as I looked up there, at 2:29 a.m. I'm gonna do timestamps on these, unless somebody wants to do timestamps, then I'm cool with that. If not, I will do it. I know I'm going to do that little edit in the beginning. I can't believe, I think I talked for like, I had talked for quite a while and didn't even realize my mic wasn't on, so. Yeah. All right, fire signs. What do we got for fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Fire, fire, fire. Here's this is bedhead again. Fire, fire. Yeah, it was probably about 5 minutes before it was actually right after I posted on the community tab that I was going to go live. Then I heard that Ain't No Mountain High Enough song playing from start to finish. So I don't know what's going on. I had music playing on my phone and it's not on. And I like to have music playing. Yeah, and I didn't even pause it. Apparently it paused itself. So I don't know, there may be a message there. I think the music stopped last reading, so that would have been for air signs. Air signs may need to listen to some music, just have some music therapy, like frequency music, that'll help. Alright, fire. Shelter. You are cherished. It's number 31, equals a 4. Yeah, I'm kind of, with this, I'm getting, stability, but not so much that, more love and nurturing. Because the thing that stands out to me the most is the two foxes here, how they're, all cuddled up together. But then they have this ancestor right here that is giving them this protection, you know, like almost like fire signs. Oddly, I feel like a lot of fire signs, if you have a lot of fire in your chart, doesn't just represent sun sign. It's what you have in your chart to how much you would resonate with a certain sign. But fire. The thing that I got with this is a lot of fire signs collectively, whichever ones resonate with this channel, um, have been in hermit mode. You know, taking that time, that shelter with their ancestors, their guides, making sure that they're resting and getting the downloads. A lot of you fire signs may be getting downloads in your sleep because these two are sleeping. And then you've got this bunny up here, which the first thing I got from that bunny was that, maybe some of you had a pet rabbit, but not all of you. That's not going to resonate with all of you, but some of you may have had a pet rabbit because I kind of get very spirit animal from that. But it can also just be guides. It can also be that you're. I also got dream energy from that too, especially with them sleeping here. So I feel like overall, fire signs, while you guys have been in hermit mode, getting the rest that you need, some of you probably have been either tired because maybe there was a period that you had a lot of insomnia. So now you're getting that rest that you need. You're being embraced and held by your ancestors, by God, by uh, the divine, or whatever you subscribe to. but you know you are protected and you are loved. A lot of ancestor energy with this. And, spirit animals. Because, we've got the rabbit there. I think that's an elk there. And then there's a bird. And I kind of feel with this because the other signs, there was a moon in the card. This one, there is not a moon in the card. So I feel like, fire signs have been in this energy and now they're resting up before this change, before this moon, because the other signs were getting down certain downloads that were going to be coming in during this next moon on the 27th of this. Because I believe, yep, I think they said Gemini. Gemini is the one coming in. Gemini is about communication. So that makes sense. So either, some of you will get physical messages from people, or, it can be anybody. It doesn't have to be a love relationship. It can be any type of relationship, friendship, anything like that. Or it can just be downloads, like communication from your guides, from your higher self. So the one I saw on the bottom of that was the same one. It was for, it wasn't water, no, it was air. It was air signs that had that card that just showed. So let's see which one fire is. Rhino spirits. That's a 5. So I think everybody's gotten a 5 tonight. The first earth signs didn't get a 5 by itself, but they did have a 5 in the numerology that was on the cards. So it's possible you guys are seeing fire signs 3s, 1s, or 5s, or 9s, or 4s. Overcome any obstacles. With this card, I'm getting a lot of strength energy. Leo, I'm getting Leo energy with this card. Just because, rhinos, they're tough. Man, they don't let nothing stop them, especially once they get going. So I feel just determination with this card. It gives me power, energy, fire. So I feel like with fire signs are understanding, that they got to get this rest in, or this last, before this moon comes up. They're taking that time to rest because they know they're going to have to power through whatever obstacles may be coming up. They know that. And if you don't know, you might want to pay attention. Because 5s are all about change. A lot, I think, like I said, everybody's gotten 5 in their read, in their energy reading. So with this protection and, you having this time to rest up, whatever comes in, fire signs, that you've got this, basically. I mean, you've got this. Welcome back, Cody. Welcome back. And, obstacles can be anything, guys. We know this. Oh. And if there's any new ones, new people on the channel that haven't started their shadow, like, aren't far into their shadow work. Um, but I feel like personally, when I meditate and pray, talk with my higher self and ancestors and guides, and when I do that, then I always ask that those that need to hear the message today, they're sent to me for their highest good and my highest good. Um, but I know about frequency and how energy works, and so whoever resonates with me and finds my channel are the ones that are meant to, because we're more on the same vibration. Um, so I feel like whatever this is, fire signs, you know that whatever obstacles are coming in is something that I don't feel like fire signs are necessarily looking at anything as an obstacle anymore. They're more so looking at things from a different perspective, knowing that whatever does happen happens for their highest good, which is a good mantra to say to yourself every day if you're just starting with your shadow work or just in general. I still say that to myself all the time. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for my highest good. And the more and more you say that to yourself, the more and more you change the old pattern of the negative self talk. So I feel fire signs, whatever this is, I feel like you're either prepared or you're being prepared. I just heard you're being notified. You're being let know um, that no matter what, you are protected. You are loved. You have, your everybody around you, spirit animals and all, and we all do. That is what I have for fire. There's a good balance there as well because you've got the shelter and then you've got the see this one to me and just this is rest and relaxation and calm and peace, and this one is very opposite. I mean, can you just picture in your mind this thing just running straight for you? I mean, if you took the flowers off of it, flowers make it look kind of fluffy, but I just picture this thing in my mind just taking off, and it's very opposite energy. So I feel like fire is in this balance too. Like knowing that right now I'm resting and I have, I'm taking this time that I need. But if I need to step into this energy, I'm not going to have no problem doing it. And then I can go back to this. It's all about balance. And the moon, like I said, is a Gemini, which is air, which is about communication. But I feel like no matter what, we're all going to be handling things way different than our normal because we're not, we've released those old, the old patterns, the old belief systems, the old way of doing things, and we're still in the process of, because I truly believe that we're never fully healed. We always have stuff to work on, period, point blank. Eight signs in earth, seven in fire, five in water, and five in air. So yeah, you've got more. Let's see, eight earth, seven fire, because earth is feminine, fire is masculine. So Water is feminine and air is masculine. So you're pretty balanced. Yeah, in water and air signs with plenty of signs, but then most signs carry as earth signs. Yeah, so that allows you to stay grounded. That helps you to stay grounded. Or the opposite. But usually, like one of my sons has earth in his birth chart. He has a lot more earth, so he's very grounded. And when I first started with my healing, I had so much fire and air in my chart that I was struggling to ground, and my son would help me ground. I mean, he would just hold on to my hands, and we would just stand there and just do breath work, and I would just ground. His energy was always very calming. But yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I printed my chart out, and then I went back and I counted everything, wrote things down, and then I've done. Have you done your name yet and your life path number and things like that? Those are definitely find out what your life path number is. That'll help you explore a lot more about yourself too. All right, so next step. So the math, yeah. All right, let's see. 10220 is what I just saw. 10220 for water. Okay. Let's see what we got for water signs. Water signs. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Water signs. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. What we got? What we got for water signs? Ooh, my goodness. Oh, where are you guys tired, water signs? That yawn came out of nowhere because I am not tired. Let's see, water. Reflection. Probably are tired, water signs. You're going through a transformation, healing. Let me see, 2 6s or 8. I think we have that same number for earth signs. So there are a lot of birds in this card. Lots of flowers, lots of trees. It's a lot of outdoor stuff, but um, excuse me. I feel like with this for water signs, there's some things that I'm getting like, even though there's not water in this card, I'm getting like 6 cups energy. Like looking back, like looking at the lessons that have been learned or just looking back, at the things that you've gone through and like the things that you've healed within yourself and looking at where you are now. So, yeah. Um, and with these birds, to me, birds always represent messengers. And I feel with this, you may have, because there's three in this one, you may have at least three ancestors or guides that are really trying to bring you messages at this time, and maybe possibly that you have been seeing birds, blackbirds, or crows, or any other type of blackbird. Because this one on the side right here looks like it's almost close to her ear. And to me, I also get, so far every single sign has gotten that they're going to receive some sort of download or message or some, you know, message, like a physical message from a person or something like that. But mostly I'm getting downloads with this next move. So epiphanies, aha moments. But I'm really getting more like your ancestors are wanting you to know something while you're going through this reflection period, like looking at, how far you've come, water signs. And there is a 6 on there and a 2. To me, 2s are, kind of a decision. 6s, they can be about victory and success. It can be about give and take. It can be that you're possibly healing something within yourself about, making sure that you don't, like, making sure that you balance to where you're not over giving. That is a very big tendency, not just for water signs, but for empaths in general. But yeah, I'm a Scorpio sun. I don't have a lot of water in my chart, but I'm one of those people that I tend to, in my past, I would overgive so much that I had nothing for myself. But I didn't have the self-worth then. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know any of this stuff. I was completely lost. So when I, reflect back, it's like that part that it's almost like reading a story, but it's like it's somebody else's story. You know what I'm saying? Even though I learned from every bit of that, and it has helped me find myself again. Um, the past me is gone, and it's hard to even understand that anymore. I mean, I understand it. I understand why I went through it. But as far as resonance, I don't resonate with the frequency anymore of the old avatar that I created. I should say avatars, because I had so many at that time, I didn't even know who I was. Um, but I feel like this is the energy that I'm talking about right now that water signs are dealing with, reflecting on all of the lessons that have been learned, um, belief systems, patterns, things that have needed to be looked at, you know, looking at what is, what, if there's anything particular at this time that is needing to be released in order to heal something. Kind of getting also that there's something that needs to be looked at, something that needs to be like a particular transformation in a relationship. This can be with any, this can be familial, this can be friends, co-workers, it can be anything, honestly. It can even be as much, people don't understand how we are connected to so many things, but it can even be with your own animal, you know? It's all about healing. And it's all about how you treat yourself and how you treat others, because we're a mirror. So just make sure that you're being good to yourself. The card that came out is Antelope Spirit. Life is speeding up, and it's a 2. So 226, maybe seeing. All of those together equals a 10, which goes back to 1. So that's what I was getting at the beginning of this energy, was this reflecting on what has been, because there is going to be the new start. You know, you're at the end of the cycle, you're going to start a new one. But this is, you're already at 2, you know. 2 is making that, you know, like, which way do I go now? You know, things are going faster because I've learned a lot of the lessons. So now I know what to look for. I pay more attention. And so things seem like they're going at light speed. So with water signs, I feel like they're in a lot of kind of 6 of Cups energy, you know, over just looking at old relationships of the past with friends and lovers. It could even be family members. But allowing those transformations, those things that you've been through, all of the stuff that you have learned about you to push you forward. And as you're releasing, you know, and reflecting and reminiscing and looking at those different things, things are feeling like they're moving so much faster. So the main thing I would say for water signs is to make sure that you're staying grounded, especially if things start feeling like they're moving way too fast. Because I don't know if you guys have ever seen the antelope run, but they can book it pretty fast. But I know this is just referencing about time. It can also be, you know, that this can be some of your all spirit animals. Because, like I said, up there, we recognize, you know, with the birds. And it doesn't just have to be crows, it can be any birds. It doesn't have to be just blackbirds, it can just be birds. I know past 2 weeks we had gone, it was actually when we went to for my birthday, and there were so many birds. I would have to say there was over 1,000 birds in this one little area. I mean, I have never seen so many birds in one area. It was just, it was cool and crazy at the same time. I was just like, wow, that is amazing. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Hmm. Good. It's good to hear, Cody. Um, yeah, on this journey, we have to be able to release, and we have to know which doors to close and which ones to leave open, which bridges to burn, which ones to not burn, which ones to repair. You know, it's a process. But when you start doing what's best for you, just make sure that, yeah, just make sure that you know which one of those are right for you. Don't let others deter you and tell you you have to do things a certain way, or you should no, you should not let go of this person because of X, Y, Z. No, guess what? It's your decision. You have to do what's best for you, and sometimes people are going to get hurt. I mean, they're going to get their feelings hurt sometimes, but you have to ask yourself, does it serve your highest good? Are you getting messages that lift you up, or are you getting messages that bring you down? You know, are you getting the things that you need that serve your highest good from the people you hang around, or are you getting the opposite of that? That's called discernment. That's part of our journey, is to learn that, to learn what is best for us and what isn't. Yeah, and that's all that matters. So, um, but yeah, for water signs and anyone that has a lot of water or more water in their chart, or it can just resonate. Honestly, it doesn't. Sometimes people resonate with just titles. I have some readers, and I basically only have three that I really listen to. The rest of them are channelers, or like Dolores Cannon, Abraham Hicks, um, Cryon, things like that. But as far as like readers, I only have, I think, three readers that I listen to. But when I started watching, oh, okay, sorry. Then when I started watching tarot and oracle readings and different stuff like that, and different podcasts and things, in the very beginning, I had so many different readers and oracles and channelers, and I mean, I couldn't even keep up with all of them. But that was when I first started, and I was just seeking outside of self. Um, but it did eventually assist me to start learning discernment. Um, but yeah, for water signs, I feel like just, pay attention to the things that do come up during your reflection period, which I feel like that's what water signs are dealing with right now. Um, starting back over, you're not at one now, you're at two. You're at trying to make a decision. So, and it's going to feel like things are going to start moving faster, because as we have moved on our healing path and journey, we don't have maybe a couple bricks left in our backpack. We're not packing around big bags of baggage anymore. We're just carrying around the few. We're carrying around the wisdom. We're not carrying the dead weight of the old stuff, the old belief systems, the old um, traumas, the old patterns. Those things, that's not there to pack around. Now we take the wisdom and we use the wisdom. 3 years ago, 2 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, and we do, you know, we do change our mind quite a bit, back and forth sometimes. But then once you get further into the healing path, then you'll get it more narrowed down to what it is that you actually want, like what your soul wants, and it'll fade. A lot of things will fade away, especially when it comes to, I mean, yeah, everybody wants money, blah blah blah, all this that and the third, but ultimately, all of us truly want soul is love. So, you know, in all honesty, you kind of get to that point to where we want companionship. We want the person that is made for us, and we want love overall. You can't take things with you when you leave this planet, but the more you show love to other people and the more love that you give, the more you will get in return, and that is worth more than anything in this world is love. And it takes a while to get there, especially when we had a lot to unpack. Yeah, because it's the purest thing, you know. That's why in every single love, like Disney movie story, love story, true love's kiss always breaks any curse, right? Why do you think that is? Because it's love. Love is the strongest energy of all, and we are energy. If we're radiating love, that's super powerful. It's the most powerful. So when we're at and when that kind of energy, man, amazing things happen. And we go in and out, you know. We have our moment when we're in, as Abraham Hicks says, the vortex. When we're in perfect, not perfect, but we're in the energy of manifestation, and we're manifesting something that we feel deep within our soul. That is being in the vortex, as she talks about, in that love energy of flow, just allowing, you know. But then we have our moments when we wobble out of it. Our spin gets off. We were going really good, and then it reminds me of those toys, with the little spin tops, and you spin it, and then after it slows down, it kind of falls over. That kind of reminds me of how our energy goes sometimes. We go on that roller coaster. Sometimes we're spinning straight up and we're doing great. Other times we're kind of leaning over and toppling down. Into another reader that you're going to have a surprise on Sagittarius season. Well, that'll be cool. That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Thanksgiving's coming up just next week. That is what I have though for water signs. Sorry, I kind of went over, and I didn't. Sorry, I didn't write the end time. Yeah, look, we got Owl Spirit on the bottom. Oh my gosh, it's a 7, and I'm a life path 7. Let's see if I can get this where you can see it. Owl Spirit, you see clearly now. I love this picture. Owls to me represent wisdom. And when we're talking about wisdom, and that being on the bottom, I think is just, I feel it's just our ancestors letting letting me know that the message that needed to be heard was really relayed. Because I was just sitting there just rambling on about the wisdom, taking it with us. That's what we carry with us now. We don't carry the burdens and all that stuff because we have self-worth and self-value, and we know who we are. um, you know like it says, you can see now. It's just a clarifier. It's letting us know, hey, this is what's going on. We're on the right path. So, as far as there's something to tell with a person, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I hope it all works out for you, Cody. I have a good feeling. I mean, this every a lot of the ones that I listen to, which is like three, I think, or four. I don't know. It's not very many anymore, but it's everyone's talking about some sort of new starts and unions, and because anytime we release a lot of things, then something new comes in. That's how um, the law works. The law of attraction. One thing goes away, another thing comes in. It's not just the law of attraction, though. That's the law of the universe. When something leaves, something has to take its place. So it's just all about vibration, where we are vibrationally on our journey. It's not linear. It's not a straight line. It's more like a spiral, you know. It's more like that. So many, many different timelines and just a lot of stuff really. But oh man, water size got me tired now. I guess that's my cue. So I've been on here not quite 2 hours. So when I looked at it, it said 1:28:11. So and 8 and 2 is 11. So 1:11:11. So guides, they're like, yep, you're right. You're getting tired. You need to get your butt to bed. Yeah. But when we look back, Cody, honestly, I look back and it doesn't even really seem like it was that long. You know, I mean, when I was going through it, especially the first couple of years, it seemed like it drug on. I mean, like very slowly. But these past, I would say, 2 years have been moving faster and faster and faster. So, yeah. So it doesn't, it's not so, it just feels way different now. It doesn't even seem like it's been as long as it's been, you know, that all of this started, on my path. When things started changing for me, when I wanted better for myself. So, I'm sorry you missed the first part of it. Like I said, I'm going to have to get on here and edit it before I can post it, because I always post my lives. But yeah, I was talking for like a good probably at least 5 minutes, if not more, without my mic on. And none of my other moderators were on here either. So I was like, well, it's all right. Maybe there were some things that I said in the beginning of the video that didn't need to be heard. yeah. Last few years. Yeah, I know. A lot of changes, but that's what has to happen. And I think let's see, what was that? Was it air? It was either air or earth. I was talking about that. Maybe it was fire. Crap, I can't remember. I'm tired now. I'm forgetting which reading it was. But I was talking about how things were moving fast. Time was moving fast. And it has been these past, to me, past 2 years. It's really been like booking it, especially this year. This year is like, wow, where did it go? So, but yeah, that is what I have. I'm starting to get tired, and I've still got to edit this so I can post it on there because I like to post my lives. I know a lot of the people that need the messages won't see them necessarily on a live. They'll probably end up seeing these messages later. So, but I want to make sure I have them out there for the collective, whichever ones resonate with me. But I appreciate you being here, Cody, and whoever else was on here. I know I had another person on here too, but I don't know. It may have just been my daughter's checking because she is a mod as well. Yes. Yeah. But remember, age is nothing but a number, and numbers are created by man, especially time. Time is definitely man created. So you're only, what is that other saying? You're only as old as you feel, or something like that. I say it's you're only as old as you believe. I tell my kids, I told them the last couple of birthdays, I'm 44 for the rest of my life. I'm not getting any older. But yeah, I appreciate you, Cody. Appreciate you coming on. Hopefully, that one of those resonated with you. If not, it's possible all of them can resonate with you. I know in each one of the readings there was pieces that resonated with me, but that's just because we have all signs in our chart. So that's why most of the time I do collectives anymore instead of doing individual signs, because sometimes it feels kind of like a waste to me to do an individual sign reading because we have all in our chart. So I would much rather do an earth energy or fire, or if I'm going to do an individual type deal like that, because to do each individual sign, I mean, there may be some that resonate there. But to me, right now, this is just what I felt for tonight that needed to be done. So, but yeah, definitely. If because I think you may have missed. I know you missed Earth for sure. I'm not for sure if you missed air, maybe just a little bit of it. You may go check those out too. There may be some things in there that resonate, um, that you need to hear. But primarily, most of it was just about um, downloads, epiphanies. We already know what the water one was mainly about, was reminiscing over things we've experienced and the wisdom of those experiences and moving forward into new beginnings. And that's what I hope for. I know I'm a teacher, but I'm also a student. So I learn from people that I interact with as well. But to me, I love doing this because I love to help other people. And I've always loved to help people even since I was little. But this is what resonates with me now as far as connecting with people and helping them on their path, because I know when I started online, this is where I looked. was towards, channelers and um, tarot, oracle, when I was looking for answers. And that was when I was looking outside of myself, because, when we start on this journey, we're not in the best place. The only way to start on this journey is when you are at the bottom of the flipping barrel. When you are done, when you are down to the bottom. That's how this journey starts. And that's usually when you're that's usually when we're in our lowest vibration too, because we have held on to so much, we have pulled ourselves so far down, we have completely lost ourselves, we have lost connection with, because we don't know who we are, so we don't have any connection with our guides, and we don't have connection with, God. We don't have no connection, period. So you're you're in hell. You're in lowest vibration. Hell is at the very bottom. That's the lowest vibration. When as you rise, start healing these things within yourself, and then you start connecting and you find yourself again, and then you start, connecting with God, and then you start going up, and you're raising your vibration, raising your vibration. That's when you get closer to heaven. Because then you start feeling that joy and that love and that peace and harmony within your life. But yeah, in order for us to start this journey, to me, that was Dark Night of the Soul time. And I had a couple of those because I had a lot of junk I was holding on to for many, 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 many years. I started my journey a little bit later in life, but some of us do. And that's okay. And some start it younger, and that's okay too. A lot of clients I have are actually about in their 20s, which I think is awesome, because we need more of the younger generation to raise their vibration at a younger age, so because they're going to be the change makers. We're the door holders. Well, my era is more of the door holders, the ones who help guide, and then the younger generations are going to be the ones to make the changes. You know, some of us will, some of my generation will, but I feel myself personally, I'm just a guide. I'm, there to help, to assist, and then others assist me as well. hmm Times we do pray. Yes. Well, he always knows. He, she, whatever you want to call it. We're all energy. So he's always in here. That spark is within us. That's why God always knows what we want and what we need, because he knows our hearts. hmm Yes. When you have love of self, that's also when you have love of God, because it's all in here. Every bit of it. Mind, body, and spirit. Spark is in here because that's who created us. So it's inside. That's why the work that has to be done has to be inside. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. I'm getting sleepy. You probably need to get you some rest, Cody. You said you retired, so I feel like rest is gonna be important. Make sure you're taking care of you, giving yourself that love, that self love. Yes, it is. That's right. Oh, yeah. Like I said earlier, it's all about love. It's all about love, baby. Just be loving to you. And when you do that, and you have that love for yourself and who you are, you're not hiding behind a mask anymore. You're being your true, authentic self. You're not afraid to speak when you need to, and you're not afraid to walk away when you need to. When you're able to do all of those things, and you're in your true authenticity, then you'll have that love and joy within yourself. And then guess what happens? You project that energy outside, because all around you is this big aura. It is energy. So you push that out, and that's what you bring back. So then you'll start interacting with people that have that same vibration, that same positive, like you said, being positive within yourself, that same being humble and kind, like you were talking about. If that's what you're giving to yourself, if you're being humble within yourself, you're being kind to yourself, you're being loving, all of those things and positive, and you have that belief in yourself, then yes, it is. That's what you bring in. Because we know what we are within is what is projected outside of us. We know this because we've already experienced it. Some of us more than once, multiple times. What they say, been there, done that. Got 500 T-shirts. I mean, 50 or 10. I've probably gotten like 500. But anyways, I'm going to get off of here. It was 142:42 when I just looked at the timer. So that's pretty cool. Lots of synchronicities. You guys will probably be seeing that. But yeah, um, if you feel the need to go back and watch the first couple signs, go ahead. Check it out. Like I said, as soon as I get off here, I'm going to edit that part where I didn't have my mic on. I don't know that I'll be live tomorrow, but I'll probably be live Sunday night. Well, I don't know. I usually take Sundays off. Sunday's my recoup day, my day of rest. It really honestly depends on how I feel. If I feel drawn to read, I will be on here. But I'm not typically one of those that, and that's a lot of Sag in my chart. I'm not typically one of those that say, okay, I'll be here every single day at such and such time. I haven't gotten to that yet. I know I need to work on that, but yeah, that's so true, Cody. But yeah, um, like I said, I just go with what I feel drawn to do. If I feel guided to be online, then I'll be here. But yeah, and I've done that for a long time. Past couple of years, Sunday is my relaxed day to myself, more of a meditative. Not that I sit in meditation all the time. It's just kind of a day just to relax. Yeah, day of rest. So that's usually my Sunday. But yeah, oh, excuse me. I appreciate you guys for being here. Um, I appreciate all of your all's likes, shares, subscribes. It does, believe it or not, help it get into the algorithm. The more that people will share, or I don't know about the likes. I just know that when people share, I don't know really how the algorithm works, but I know it has to be out there somehow. So I appreciate you guys very, very much. very much is, as I say to my kids, as I like to joke with them. But anyways, I'm getting tired and I'm getting sleepy silly. So thanks for coming in, visiting the Metatron Mystic. And I will see you guys very soon. I love you guys very much. I appreciate you so very much. Come back and see me. Sweet dreams, y'all. Night.